Welcome design students. In this video I'm going to show you how to add some details to your house using the same techniques we've already used. We're going to add a gable and a chimney and a porch and maybe a couple of other small things. So let's get started. So we're going to use the same technique we've been using. I'm going to start, by creating a box. Let's go to the Create tab, select Box. And this is going to be the fireplace. So let's put this thing about right here. Now I don't need this segment, and it needs to be much smaller this way, and maybe a little squarer this way. And maybe a little taller. So to make the fireplace part, this looks like a chimney sort of, but to make the fireplace part that kind of comes out this way, I need an edge. So I'm going to go to the modifier list, add Edit Poly Modifier, and we'll switch to Edge Mode and get Swift Loop. I'm going to put an edge about right there. Then I'm going to switch to polygon mode, turn off Swift Loop. I'm going to take these two polygons here and I'm going to extrude them outward. Now I could pull them out one by one by holding down Shift like that, but I want to extrude them both and make sure they're exactly the same width. So I'm going to come over here to my Edit Poly Tools and find Extrude right here. And when I click that, notice my cursor changes as I hover over the polygons I've selected. If I click and drag, I can pull out some polygons like that, or I can pull them in. I can also click this little button right here, which is the Settings button, and that'll bring up this little floating toolbox here, and I can do the same thing by clicking and dragging here and hitting the checkbox when I get it like I want. Then I'm going to turn this off and get edge mode. I'm going to grab this edge and pull them down. And then I might switch to vertex mode, select these, and pull that up a little bit more. Then I'm going to go up to the top here, switch to polygon mode, and I'm going to use my scale tool. And I'm going to hold down Shift and inset that a little bit like so. And then I'm going to get the Move tool, hold down Shift, and extrude that downward. And finally, I think I'm going to select my roof and get these two polygons here and pull them out just a little bit more. Now to make a porch, I can use my existing roof. I'm going to select my roof, get Swift Loop, and I'm going to put an edge right here. And then I'm going to switch to polygon mode, turn off Swift Loop, and I'm going to grab this polygon here. I'm going to pull that out like that. And I think you can see where this is going. Now this porch is going to need some supports, so I'm going to make some posts to support it. I'm going to go back to the Create tab, select Box, and drag out a little box that looks kind of like that. Now this box doesn't look exactly like I want it to. I want it to be square and much smaller, so I'm going to go to the Modify tab and make these two exactly the same. I think I'm going to make them 4 by 4, or maybe even 3 by 3. And then I'm going to add an edit poly modifier to them so that I can adjust them if I need to. See, I can grab these vertices here and I can make this as long or short as I want. Okay, going back to top level now. I think I'll move this over just a bit. And then maybe even a little bit more like so. We're going to hold down Shift and make a copy going over to the other side. Going to make sure it's a copy, not an instance. And then I think I'm going to make a foundation, sort of a foundation box. So I'm going to get my Create tab, select box, and I'm going to go to my top viewport. And I'm going to click and drag a box that's sort of the same, just a little bit wider than the house, just a bit. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add an edit poly modifier to this so that I can just take this polygon and pull it out the exact width I want it to be. And then to make the porch look a little better, I think I'm going to get Swift Loop and cut an edge about right there. And then I'm going to go to polygon mode, turn off Swift Loop, and just go ahead and extrude that out a little bit more to make a stoop for this door. And then what I could do is take these posts and put them over here, make a little shelter for a little awning for this little entry porch. I could continue making frame timbers for this, for these. For example, I could copy one of these and rotate it over on its side. I'm going to turn on angle snaps to do that. And then I can move it into place. Like so, but then this would have to come in more. And I could take this and make one like so, and rotate it this way, 90 degrees, and pull it out like so. And so there you go. We've added quite a bit of detail to the house. It looks pretty good. We could add stairs. We could add, like I said, another little roof here, a little shelter here for this door, and so forth and so on. And I encourage you to add more details to your house and make it look interesting. And I'll see you in the next video.